Leo, what's going on, Leo? It's me, your girl D with 8th House Energy, here to bring you your January 2020 love reading. All right, it may not resonate with you 100%. Some of it might resonate, none of it might resonate. Just take what does, leave the rest. If you want something that resonates with your energy specifically, the information to reach me is in the box below. There will be an extended to this video as well. The link is going to be in the box below. It's the Patreon membership link for 8th House Energy. It's $5 a month. You get to see every single video I post an extended for it, and you get to see all the extendeds for the one price of $5 a month. So for those of you who are looking at other signs, for other reasons, you get to see the extended for those. If you're looking at different placements in your chart and you want to see it extended for those, you can do that. And what I'm going to be doing now is placing, basing my readings off of the planetary alignments. I'll get into that in a minute. So it's going to be something that is going to resonate with a lot more of you because it's based on the planetary alignments for your astrological sign. Okay, when I started this channel, I wanted to get a little bit more into astrology, and now that I am able to, I'm just going to start introducing it slowly but surely to those who want to learn it. All right, so with that being said, I do appreciate you guys for your love and support, and let's take a look at what we're looking at as far as astrology is concerned. So when we talk about love readings, we're talking about Venus, which is how you show your love. We're talking about Mars, which is the things you desire in a mate and in a partner and in love. And then we're talking about the moon. The moon is how you process your emotions and your feelings. So right now the moon is it's in Gemini. Okay, so it's all about, your emotions and feelings. Actually, is it in Gemini now? Yeah, it's in Gemini. I went into Gemini yesterday, I believe. So yeah, it's about processing your emotions and feelings in the way that you communicate them. Okay, because Gemini is all about communication. So you're going to be communicating about how you feel. Okay. Now with Venus is in your 11th house right now. And right now, while it's in your 11th house, your love life, in reference to those of you who may be looking for love, you're going to be probably, you're going to probably find someone out and about in the community. All right. You may find someone, on your way to the grocery store, on your way to your job, on the way to the bank, at the local Walmart. You may go to a party in your area. You may meet someone at school, at your kid's school, somewhere local. You may run into someone. Okay. That's for some of you. Or you may attract someone, who is in your local area. Now, keep in mind, Venus is in the 11th house, so that's where you may find someone who is interested in you. Or what's going to happen is on January 13th, which is sometime next week, Venus is going to be moving into your 12th house. So that's going to be moving into the house of your home and your domestic affairs, your relationship with your mom when you were growing up. It's all about family. It's all about heritage and roots. So some of you are going to be meeting someone through your family member. Your family member might introduce you to a colleague or a coworker or a friend of theirs or somebody that they knew, or you may be reintroduced to someone through a family member or, someone close to you, okay? Someone that you call family. So keep that in mind with Venus. And like I said, Mars is moving into your 9th house, okay? So your 9th house is all about personality, how you feel, how you show yourself, how you see yourself. So some of you may have the desire, because Mars is all about desires. And your 9th house is about, how you look, your personality, how you show yourself to the world. So some of you may be wanting to change your look. You may be wanting to change your hair. You may be wanting to change your clothes. Some of you who never wore makeup before may consider wearing makeup. Somebody who has a beard may want to cut the beard. Somebody has never grown dreadlocks before. Maybe they want to grow dreadlocks now. So, somebody might change their attire to something that's more cultural and opposed to something that's more corporate 9-to-5 type of thing. So a lot of changes in how you look, you may be feeling right now. You may be desiring to do that. If you're not feeling these energies now, you may start feeling them later on as we get closer to the 13th. All right. Actually, no, I'm sorry. You may be feeling these energies now because Mars went into Sag on January 3rd. All right. So some of you already might have made these changes. All right. So let's take a look at your reading here. So this is a 10-card spread. Each card represents a situation. So this is how you see yourself in relationships, whether it's in a past relationship that's over, whether it's in a current relationship you're in right now, or whether it is in a relationship in the future, something that you would want in the future or something that you would want to stay away from. So I'm going to do the reading. I'm going to read each card in that tense, okay? Meaning the past tense, meaning a relationship that you just got out of, or if you're currently in a relationship, or a relationship that you will want in the future. So right now, this is how you see yourself. So in the past, you saw yourself as someone who was stable with the Four of Wands, someone who is happy, someone who likes to celebrate life, who believes in family and stability in the home, somebody who wants to be married, and wants to connect with their twin flame or their soulmate. So this is how you saw yourself in the past relationship. This is how you see yourself in the current relationship right now, if you're in one. And in the future, if you decide to join into a relationship with someone, this is your energy. Okay? Now the second card here is going to represent your partner's energy. Whether this was a partner from the past relationship, a current partner right now in a current relationship, or the potential energies that you may want to avoid or attract in a new relationship. The Emperor energy in reverse. The Four of Wands represents Aries energy. I don't know if I said that. So Aries is ruled by Mars, all about desires. So this is what you desired. You desired something stable, a serious relationship for some of you, emotional security. Now your partner, this one is actually how you see your partner. So how you saw your partner in the old relationship, for those of you who are no longer in it, and you're looking back at it to learn lessons, you saw your partner as someone who maybe was out of control, maybe someone who was immature with this Emperor in reverse energy, someone who maybe wasn't able to financially provide, may have been someone who, they may have their own business, but they could be someone who's in corrupt practices or practices that are not, legal as far as business are concerned. So this could be a hustler, a street hustler. Some of you could have been dealing with drug dealers, somebody who launders money perhaps, or, somebody who's in the criminal world. Okay, so that could be the case as well, because we know that Emperor is Taurus energy, and the polar opposite of Taurus is Scorpio. All right, and we know Scorpio, the 8th house, rules crime and criminology. So we got the Emperor in reverse here to tapping into that Scorpio energy, where this could be someone who was in illegal activity. Okay, this could also represent someone who was a control freak. Okay, someone who just wanted to do what I say and do what I tell you and what I know best, type of thing. Someone who was very controlling. That's how you saw the partner. And for some of you who are in a relationship with someone right now, that's how you're seeing this person. And in the future, you're not looking for this. This is the type of person you're not looking. So if you were dealing with someone who, gets their money hustling illegally, maybe that's a change of pace for you, and it's something that you don't want moving forward. Or maybe, you decided, look, I want a hustler. I want someone who moves because that's how I move. Hey, I'm not judging. I'm just telling you what the cards are saying. So, this is not going to relate to some, and it will relate to others. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest. But that's how you see your partner or saw your partner. The next card I have here is number 3. It represents, how do I see the relationship? So in the past, how did you see the relationship? So in the past, you saw the relationship as the 4 of Swords reversed. So you saw one, it was something that was not stable. Okay, this is the opposite. This is what you wanted, but this is what you got. Total opposite. All right. So this was something that it made you antsy. It made you uncomfortable. It made you very nervous with the 4 of Swords in reverse. Also, this is, anxiety. This shit burned you out. It made you ready to act and change up things right away. Okay, because it wasn't anything that you were interested in. And if you're in a current relationship right now, you might be feeling this way. Okay. Now, in a future relationship, for those who are looking for someone new or just met someone new, this is what you're going to avoid. You're not going to allow anybody to stress you out mentally. You know what I mean? And to make you feel uncomfortable and restless and anxious. Like, that's not what you want. Okay. So for some of you who may not want that lifestyle of the hustler, where you're always anxious, you're always looking over your shoulder, depending on what you're into, maybe you don't want that life anymore. Okay. So now the next card I'm showing here is the 4th card here, which is this is what could have strengthened the relationship if it ended. If you're in a current relationship right now, this is what could strengthen it. And for your future relationship, keep in mind that this is something that could strengthen that relationship. The Ace of Wands in reverse. Now, when I see the Ace of Wands in reverse, this tells me two things here. One is about rejection. So maybe with this card being in the position of what would have strengthened the relationship, maybe if you would have played a little hard to get with this person, because the Ace of Wands represents rejection. So maybe if you would have played a little hard to get with this person, maybe they wouldn't have been had the opportunity to be so controlling, maybe been a little bit more, how can I say it? Just not been so easily accessible, or giving them so much attention, not necessarily rejecting them, but keeping them at arm's length, so to speak, and not be so giving of yourself and your passion with this person. This is maybe what happened in the past here, okay? Because this card represents what would have strengthened the relationship. So maybe you just being a little bit more less passionate with this person in reference to, what you gave them, whatever it was that made them feel like they could just be in control. All right, so maybe that's what it was. You lost control. Okay, maybe this person had you open sexually. All right, and as a result, they were able to immediately take control of the situation here. And that's not what you wanted. You wanted more stability, on your own. For you. So that could have been what was going on in the past. That could be going on right now for you. And in the future, you're going to avoid this type of energy. Okay. Now, if this is another scenario I get here with this, is that some of you, it could have just been about a strong sexual energy. So maybe, had you been more intimate with this person, okay, and if there was more attraction, because maybe you guys are not physically attracted to this person, or maybe they're not physically attracted to you in that manner where there was enough chemistry to keep things going. All right, so that could be what's going on right now in the current situation, but in the future, you're definitely going to look for someone that turns you on. You have to be able to connect to this person on that level, is what I'm showing here. For the relationship to be stable and secure. Yeah, there's got to be enough attraction there, because you guys rule the fifth house. Leo rules the fifth house, and that's the house of love. It's the house of love affairs and romantic attachments. So there's definitely got to be some chemistry there, okay, for sure. Now, the next card here I have, which is number 5, it says, what would have weakened the relationship, or what did weaken the relationship? So in the past, what weakened it was the Page of Coins in reverse. So with the Page of Coins in reverse, I'm getting here that there was very little effort put into the relationship, either by you or your partner. Take it how it resonates. But yeah, very little work, very little effort. So this, for some of you, could have just been a sexual relationship. You ran into someone and you had a sexual situation with them, but it got to the point where they became very controlling. All right, and it wasn't this. They couldn't provide you with the stability you wanted. You wanted a family life, but in reality, all you got was stress and aggravation and anxiety. All right, and because there was very little work put into the relationship. Now, there could have been very little work put into you expressing what it is that you wanted, but I doubt that, Leo. You're very expressive. You let people know what you want. So the person that you met could have been someone who was just a manipulator, who was manipulating the situation, maybe knew that there was a strong sexual chemistry between you two, okay, and they just manipulated it in their benefit, okay? That's what I'm getting for some of you, not all, but just take what resonates. So yeah, in the current situation, it could be this situation right now. It could just be a sexual situation. Someone could just be, hooking you up, somebody who makes money illegally. They may be giving you money and things like that. You may want something more solid and secure as far as stability is concerned, and maybe this is something that this person can't provide you. So you're kind of anxious about that, and as a result, you could be putting in little work. Okay, or the other person could be putting in a little work. And in the future, this is what you're going to avoid. Someone who's not putting in work. If it's just all about sex, then it may not be something that you want if you want in a serious relationship in the future. All right, so that's what I'm getting for you with that card. Now, the 6th card I have here is the one that talks about your hopes. So I have the 5 of Swords in reverse for your hopes. So, past hopes for the past relationship was that you guys stopped fighting. The 5 of Swords in reverse is wanting to surrender, wanting to give in, wanting to end the fighting, wanting to let go of the arguments and stop it, stop the arguments. With the Five of Swords in reverse, this is, peacemaking afterwards. So for some of you, in reference to the past relationship, your hopes were that, you could have made up. You wanted to put things to the side, but for whatever reason, it didn't work that way. Or this could be the person watching on behalf of Leo. So take it how it resonates. The current relationship, maybe you want to stop fighting. You guys are fighting right now, maybe because this person is just so aggressive, or controlling, and it's making you on edge. And so you guys could very well be fighting right now. All right. And you could just want it to be over. Like, I just want it to end. I want the fighting to stop. And in the future, in reference to the Five of Swords in reverse energy, this is just definitely something that you're going to avoid. You're going to figure out ways to communicate with your partner so that you're not, so that you know how to end a fight. Okay, so this could be for those of you who are no longer in a relationship. You're reminiscing about this, and you could be looking at the lesson that you had to learn in reference to, okay, what could I have done to stop this fight? What could I have done? Should I have given in? What could I have done to end the fighting? Now, for the next card I have, this is your fears. So we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. So you were fearing that with the Nine of Swords in reverse in the past relationship, I'm showing that you were fearing, that this person was going to, were you fearing that this person was going to hurt you? For some of you, I'm getting that you were fearing that this person was going to hurt you with the Nine of Swords reverse. Because the Nine of Swords reverse could represent extreme torment, maybe manipulating you emotionally, giving you a hard time, more fighting, okay? And they were already making you feel that way with the Four of Swords in reverse. You were already antsy and nervous and, wrecking your nerves. So this person put you on edge. For some of you, this was somebody who was very aggressive and very abusive. For some of you, I'm getting that very strongly here. All right. So you feared this person. For some of you, you definitely feared this person. And in the present situation, this could be you right now. Maybe you're scared of this person. You're scared to leave this person because you're scared that they may retaliate against you in some way, shape, or form. And I'm showing in the future here, you're just going to be very careful, and you're looking over this situation, especially if this is you in the past, of how you got out of this, or how you could have gotten away from this, or how you could have noticed the signs about this shit sooner. Now, as far as your responsibility in that relationship, or in the one that you're currently in, or how you're looking at your relationship and your responsibilities in the future relationship, High Priestess energy, Piscean energy, tapping into your intuition. So you're feeling like in the past relationship, you should have followed, you should have asked for guidance. You should have tapped into your intuition. Maybe you should have been, you feeling like you should have been more secretive. Maybe you shouldn't have been as vocal with this person. Like I was saying before here with the card here, this card represented, what would have strengthened the relationship. And this is where I was talking about you being less open, to this person, and maybe keeping them at arm's distance instead of having them so close and personal in your life. All right. And so that could be what your intuition was telling you, and you may not have been listening, or you were just keeping a secret, this relationship. Okay. So maybe you could have kept this to yourself. Maybe that is part of what your responsibility was in the relationship, is to keep secrets about it, about the relationship itself and what you were dealing with. Maybe you guys are having issues, or the fights was because maybe someone was letting people know what was going on within the relationship, or maybe letting people know, what was going on as far as how y'all were making money. Take it how it resonates. But your responsibility was to, tap into your higher self with the Piscean energy, and to just look at things and keep secrets, keep your mouth shut. Some of you were talking a lot. And I'm getting that with the current situation as well. Some of you need to keep secrets in reference to what's going on with the scenario, especially if you're dealing with someone who's dealing in the underworld, in a criminal activity. You need to keep secret. Keep your mouth closed and stop telling everybody what's going on. Also, with this High Priestess energy here in the future, you know that, okay, yeah, I should have just kept my mouth closed, or, I should have just been more discreet, in reference to, our connection, I should have been more discreet about it. And maybe because you didn't, we had the Four of Swords, you were anxious about that, about what you said coming back to bite you in the ass, so to speak. All right, so that's what I'm getting for that. What else did I want to say about this High Priestess energy? I'm just trying to think here. Yeah, for some of you, maybe your intuition was blocked. So maybe you're going to pay more attention to it, okay? Maybe you weren't paying attention to those intuitive nudges that were coming in, okay? That was your responsibility in the relationship. Now, the other person's responsibility, the Fool in reverse. This is talking to me about, them being more transparent, because they could have been very secretive. The Fool card in reverse is reminds me of it is Uranus energy and Aries energy, but on the Uranus level, it's more so of a surprise. Okay, so maybe this person's responsibility was not to surprise you. Maybe to be more transparent is what I'm getting. Maybe to be more open with you. Maybe it was to not jump in so soon, to get to know the type of person that they were dealing with first, so that they could better understand what was going on. Maybe this person is quick-tempered, okay, with the Emperor here, okay, because, they could be the person who would just spaz out at the drop of a dime, or if someone says something they don't like, okay, so maybe it's their responsibility to get their attitude in control, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Like, this person is very like, you have to watch what you say to them. Like, there's somebody who, I get the energy that this is with the Nine of Swords here reverse and the Emperor in reverse, and your energy feeling antsy with the Four of Wands and with the Four of Swords in reverse. I'm getting that this person was someone who could have been very physical, especially if there was somebody who worked in the criminal world, or did things, made money illegally. But I'm showing that this person didn't take a lot of shit, and this person will let people know, is what I'm getting for this card here. So this is what their responsibility was maybe to check things a lot sooner than they did. Maybe they jumped into things too soon with you, and it was their responsibility, like I said, for them to understand what they were getting into with you, because it's to the point where now you're really nervous about things. Or maybe this just isn't your lifestyle, so they should have, been more careful in reference to who they were dealing with and who they exposed, the lifestyle they're in with. Now, the outcome here, or the outcome was the Nine of Wands, Sagittarius energy. So with the Nine of Wands here, this is telling me that, you're almost to the point where, you're keeping your boundaries with this person. You're letting them know, okay, this is it here. I've done all that I'm going to do. And look at what I have done. And I think that's plenty. I put in work in this relationship, and that's what you let this person know in the past. Okay, so for some of you, maybe this person left you. Okay, because I'm getting strongly here when it was like the card here that says what could have strengthened the relationship with the Five of Swords here, where you got the not fighting. So maybe you were someone who was very antsy and anxious, and you nagged this person all the time. That could have been the case, or they could have nagged you a lot. And so as a result, the outcome was that they left. All right, or maybe they're about to do that now. Maybe it's because there's an issue with communication with the Five of Swords. And there's a lot of sword energy here. Four of Swords, Five of Swords, Nine of Swords. Okay? So a lot of sword energy here. So there's a lot of mental anguish going on here. All right? So somebody's not speaking up. Somebody's not, saying what somebody's is something. Leo, you don't strike me as somebody who's not speaking up, but this person could just very well be, like I said, someone who is no joke, and that you have to watch yourself with. But I show that, you're getting to the point where you are had enough of this situation, and you are with the Nine of Wands here, you're maintaining boundaries, and you're being more persistent about that, which is something that you may have realized that you didn't do earlier. You guys kind of just jump right in. All right, and in the future, you're going to maintain boundaries. You're going to take your time. You're not going to rush in, to a situation with someone, with the Fool card here. You both rushed in, without really getting to know each other. It was just like you went with the flow of things, and then that's when shit start being revealed about this individual, or about you. Take it how it resonates. All right, so that's what I got for you for your reading. Let me know if it resonates. I'm going to go ahead over to the extended, but before I do, the link for the extended is going to be down below. It's $5 a month to see all the extended videos I post monthly, not just this one, but all of them. So if in case you can't join, I'm just going to get you some Message of Love Oracle cards before we go to the extended. So let's see what we got here for you, Leo. I have interference. An external party is intruding in this relationship. So when we talked about here, this card being, hold on a second. When we talked about this Five of Swords in reverse, being the card that represented your hopes, hoping that you weren't fighting, hoping that you could stop fighting. This could have also represented the fact that, maybe you were hoping that, you could compete with the other competition. This person could have, because they were doing what they do, they could have had a lot of competition. So it could have been someone who, they're seeing someone else, or there's other people around. That's for just some of you. Let me get another message for some of you. We have past life love. So it says your soul remembers this intense connection. Okay, here we go with the Ace of Wands reverse here, and this is the section here that talks about what strengthened what would strengthen the relationship. So you guys connecting more would have strengthened the relationship for sure. Okay, is what I'm showing. And this is why things may be so intense for you and may be so difficult for you. And also, if you were following your intuition about this situation, you may have come across that maybe you knew this, maybe intuitively you knew that this connection was intense. But if you did and you weren't saying anything or speaking about it, now you know. It's because it was a past life lover. But some of you, yeah, very intense, very passionate sexual connection. All right, we got one more here for you. Children. It says children are an important part to this relationship. So some of you may have children with this person, okay? And you may be considering leaving this person or getting out of this situation because this person is not able to provide a home, a stable home for a family. Or maybe this person doesn't want a family, okay? For some of you, you could be pregnant with the High Priestess energy here. This represents your responsibility in the relationship. So maybe this person wanted children for some of you and you weren't able to provide children. That could very well be the case. All right. So maybe this is why the situation is just not working out. Yeah, because some of you, when I was saying here, you jumped in so soon and you really didn't get to know each other. Maybe one of the criteria that this person wanted in reference to having a stable relationship and actually, getting married was to have kids. And one of you wasn't able to do it or didn't want to do it. All right, from what I'm getting here. So that is the information I have for you, Leo, as far as your 2020 love reading. Feel free to join us in the extended. I'm going to go over now and clarify the rest of the cards here because I want to find out more information about this reading. Definitely want to get into some more details with this Emperor in reverse energy. Is this somebody who... I just want to know more about this character here because this is a really interesting reading, what's going on with you guys. And based on the playlist from 2019, you guys have been in a really interesting, for the lack of a better word, relationship, okay, with this person. So we're going to clarify, and I do want to thank you guys who can't join us. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in February for Leo's monthly love reading. Peace out, Leo.